name of the ICBW seller and address. 3. Name of the client and user and address. 4. Quantity and description of bonded goods. And 5. Volume of goods sold in US dollars. And 6. Invoice number covering the sale. D. If approved, the ICBW shall file a goods of declaration for constructive export covering the goods sold to the client and user prior to the actual transfer of the goods. The goods declaration for constructive export shall be filed for every sale under one approved authority to sale and shall be supported by the following documents. 1. Approved authority to sale. 2. Signed CI. 3. Invoice. 4. Packing lease. And 5. Copy of the PESA from Form 80105 if the buyer is a free zone locator. E. Processing of the goods declaration for accordance for constructive export shall be done in accordance with the pertinent provisions of this order on constructive exports. And the operator shall prepare the requisition slip and file it with the assigned warehouseman of the MCBW or mother warehouse as the case may be. G. Upon the processed goods declaration for constructive export, the assigned warehouseman shall conduct an inventory and identification of the goods we sold, transfer, and publish the withdrawal form. H. Will be reported by Ms.
H. The transfer shall be covered by a transfer note July processed by assigned warehousemen of the ICBW and shall be undergirded by the assigned customs guards until received by the assigned warehousemen of the CBW buyer or the customs office at prison, whichever is applicable. I. If the buyer is a CBW, the CBW buyer shall file a constructive warehousing goods declarations within 5 days after such referred. The goods declaration shall be supported by the following documents. 1. Approved authority to sell. 2. Copy of constructions reports declarations filed by ICBW. 3. CI. 4. Invoice issued by the ICBW. 5. Packing list. 6. Staging BL and 6. 7. Transfer note, book note, acknowledgement, receipt of the assigned storekeepers or responsible officers of bulk goods transferred. If the buyer is a free zone locator, the free zone locator shall file a customs EPZA warehousing entry CAWA with the customs office of the zone within 5 days after such transfer. The CAWA shall support by the following documents. 1. Approved authority to sell. Constructions export declaration filed by ICBW. 2. Copy of constructions export declaration filed by ICBW. 3. IC. CI. 4. Invoice issued by ICBW. 5. Packing list. 6. Visa forms 18105 and 7. Transfer note acknowledging receipt of the banking goods by customs visa office of the prison. J. Processing of constructive WSAD shall follow the procedures prescribed for regular importations for warehousing. E. The ICBW operator shall liquidate the WSADs and cause that cancellations of its corresponding bans after the banded goods covered by sale entry have been sold and transferred to the ICBW's accredited clients and user. And the statement of liquidations is OL together with the required documents have been submitted.
And our next reporter will be reported by Ms. Corsima Stephanie.
warehouseman shall check the documents and if in order, accomplish and sign on the withdrawal form approving the release of the raw materials being requisitioned for production ensuring that only the banded goods being requisitioned are actually released. The assigned warehouseman in accomplishing the withdrawal form must indicate for whose account airline client and user the withdrawal is being made. Letter D. Before the finished goods are prepared for setup and loading, the operator shall request in writing for examination to the WAD or equivalent unit, attaching thereto the prepared CI or BC Form 280. Letter E. The CI covering the transfer must reflect the following. 1. WSAD number. 2. Name of CBW or exporter with ICBW number. 3. Name of airline client, flight number and date of departure. 4. Quantity and description of finished goods or number of meals specifying whether for the business class, first class, economy, and 5. Quantity and description of raw materials used based on the FOM. 6. Value of goods sold in US dollar. 7. Invoice number covering the same. 8. Value of raw materials. And 9. Processing cost. Letter F. The customs examiner shall examine the banded goods and shall sign on the CI prepared by the ICBW operator. Letter G. The assigned warehouseman and logistic of a copy of the CI shall supervise the packing and loading to ensure that only the correct quantity of the banded goods examined and identified shall be loaded on the container or crates or rollers and affixed in the same airline seal provided for the purpose. The assigned warehouseman shall likewise prepare the transport note describing thereon all particulars relating to the banded goods to be loaded and the serial number of the sales attaching to the containers or crates or trolleys. Letter F. In view of the duration of the aircraft, while on ground, filing of the ED covering the banded goods shall be made within 24 hours after departure of the aircraft. Letter I. The transfer of the prepared goods from the ICBW to the aircraft shall be underguarded by the assigned customs guard until properly received by the assigned customs guard or inspector. On board the aircraft, which shall sign duly received, transfer note shall be attached to the ED to be subsequently filed.
Our next reporter is Pellegrino Alexis.
11.723 Airline ICBW. A. Goods for entry under the warehousing process shall be limited to spare part, consumable item, or other similar goods needed for the maintenance of aircraft, enhanced in foreign trade, and must be withdrawn for export within the present storage period. B. Goods for withdrawal shall be accommodated by a fully filled up cell fit to be filled with the assigned warehouseman of the concerned CBW. C. The assigned warehouseman shall check the documents and in order accomplish and sign on the withdrawal form approving the release of the raw materials being requested.
C. The Chief Operating Division shall be forward the request to the Deputy Collector for operations for national approval and issuance of the staging bill, leading for the purpose of preparing the goods declarations for consumption. D. Following the processing of the goods declaration shall follow procedure for goods declaration for consumption as if the goods were directly imported, will subject to the compliance with regulatory requirements, such as a permit and compliance from regulations, agencies. A. implemented, the means shall be applied to the commutation of the duties and taxes due on wanted goods withdrawn for local sales or domestic consumption. Renewal of the content goods shall only be made up upon presentation of the copy of the goods declarations for consumption and proof of payment of duties and taxes.
Our next reporter will be reported by Mr. John Axel Kaibigan.
Our next report is 5.3. Validity of the authority to operate. The authority to operate of all dock or of terminal CFW, including any additional facilities, shall be valid for 3 years, conducted from the date of the approval of the application for establishment as stated in the certificate of authority to operate. If the terms of the list of contracts submitted during the application is less than 3 years, the validity of the authority to operate shall be coterminous with the lease contract unless a new contract at least with a longer period is submitted. In such case, the authority to operate shall be amended to its maximum period of 3 years counted from its date of origin issuance. 5.4. Amendment of Certificate of Authority to Operate. 5.4.1. Certificate of Authority may be amended upon the request of Terminal CFW Operate based on the following intents: A. Change of a company name. B. Change of the name of the street or building number without actual change of the physical location of CFW. C. Submission of a new lease contract covering the CFW for a period. D. Such other change will not substantially alter the condition specified in the existing authority to operate CFW. 5.4.2. They said notice and request must be accompanied by the affidavit of change of circumstance together with supporting document which shall be submitted within 10 days working from the change in the business information. 5.4.3. The district collector shall within 3 days from receipt of the request district of PID or office concerned to confirm or validate the change of reported. 5.4.4. The PID or office concerned shall validate the information or submit its report within 7 days from receipt of the directive of the director collector. 5.4.5. The district collector shall within 3 days from receipt of the report of the PID or office concerned shall approve the request for amendment and endorse the same for update of the record of the CFW in its database to the chief of POCD. The chief POCD shall within 3 days from receipt of the endorsement of the district collector shall likewise prepare the amendment certificate of authority or signature for the commissioner. 5.4.6. The commissioner shall be within 3 days sign of the amended authority to operate and return the same to the POCD for subsequent issue to the CFW operator. 5.4.7. The CFW operator upon receipt of the amended authority to operate shall surrender the previously issued authority to operate